What's going on, everybody? It's the main man, DJ the Great, back again with another video on the channel. And y'all already know what time it is. The third edition of Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. Well, this week we're gonna have some new people who make the list that you never would have thought made it in a million years. Cause man, let me tell you, yesterday was one of them college football Saturday that was one for the ages. When I tell you, man, these unranked teams came into Saturday with violence on their mind, knocking off these ranked teams. Man, when I tell you, boy, and they were scaring a lot of ranked teams. So yeah, but I knew it was gonna be one of them Saturdays when I seen the slate on Friday night where it was 16 games where it was featuring a ranked versus unranked opponent. I said right then, I say, man, it's finna get, boy, this Saturday might be one for the ages. Without further ado, first up on the list of Belt the Rear End and Couldn't Stop a Nosebleed is Missouri Tigers. Yeah, man, y'all was the number 9 ranked team in the country. Had all the hype coming back, saying that y'all had a chance to win the SEC, compete for a national title, hell, even make it to the SEC championship and make the playoffs. Yeah, y'all went in the College Station yesterday. I mean, not College Station, but y'all went in the College Station yesterday and got beat to the tune of 41-10. The yardage output was 512 for Texas A&M to your little measly 254. Kept shooting yourself in the foot all game. Y'all get a big play, only for it to come right back because you playing undisciplined, holding, all kind of stuff. Illegal man downfield. Offensive line going 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, all this crap. Just, oh man, y'all just all over the place yesterday and got routed. 41-10. Yeah, Coach Eli, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't want to call you overrated. I mean, because at the end of the day, you are Missouri. Y'all gonna win about 10 ball games a year, but that's about it. Like I say, y'all came into the league in 2012, and y'all made it to the SEC championship in 13 and 14, but ever since then, nah, ain't nothing. And you know, I guess a lot of people felt y'all had a chance because there's no divisions no more in the SEC. It's just the top 2 teams make it to the division title. I mean, to the championship game. And yeah, a lot of people had y'all like written in to like make it to the SEC championship. But that might be a thing of the past now. Y'all just got blew out by A&M 41-10. So for that, Coach Eli and your Missouri Tigers will be getting your first award for Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. Welcome to the list. Next up, Coach Beamer. You had a whole week off. You had a bye week. You had 2 weeks to prepare for Ole Miss, and you can only muscle up 3 points at home. That's embarrassing, man. At home, you can't do that at home. I don't care who you playing. I ain't no excuse about y'all playing Ole Miss. Kentucky just beat them in the Grove last week, so there's no excuse for that. Yeah, at home, 27-3. That's embarrassing, man. Wasn't no Beamer ball this week. Yeah, they was on y'all like white on rice from start to finish. Multiple sacks, multiple tackles for loss. All the negative stuff that can happen to you yesterday happened to you. Yep, and you only scored a measly 3 points at home. And y'all got them old Crimson Tide coming in next week. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. They might be the laughing stock of the SEC, but they pissed off. And they might break the scoreboard on y'all next week. But who knows? So yeah, just for that offensive output of 3 points at home, you will be making your first trip to the list of Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. So Coach Beamer and the South Carolina Gamecocks, welcome to the list. Next up, y'all gonna get tired of hearing about this one, but guess what? I ain't gonna be the only one talking about this one. Coach Kalen DeBoer, Kane Womack, and the Alabama Crimson Tide, you will be making your first appearance on the Belt the Rear End, Can't Stop a Nosebleed list. Vanderbilt did what they wanted to yesterday on y'all. They held the ball for 42 minutes and 8 seconds to your 17 minutes and 52 seconds. And I don't want to hear nothing about y'all scored 35 points in 17 minutes. I don't want to hear all that. I don't care about all that. It shouldn't have been that. Y'all shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. Y'all Alabama going up against Vanderbilt. Like I said in my previous video, Vanderbilt might have 2 players max off this team that go to the NFL. We all know Vanderbilt, one of them schools, is hard to get into. You got to be very, very smart to get into. And like I say, they go to school mainly to be scientists, doctors, neurosurgeons, engineers, things of that nature. And trust me, that's no knocking them. Those are great careers. Those are great careers. Compared to Alabama, that's what I'm getting at. Y'all, people go to Alabama to make it to the NFL. People go to Vanderbilt to have careers in other things outside of football, outside of athletics, outside of sports. So yeah, that's embarrassing. They had 166 rushing yards on y'all, to y'all 84 rushing yards. So that not only was they running the ball on y'all, they was stuffing y'all run. Couldn't get none going. They had 418 yards of total offense. Granted, y'all did have 394. Y'all wasn't far off, but still, they held the ball for 42 minutes and 8 seconds. And they were doing what they would want to do. Man, them folk were playing y'all like that was their Super Bowl. And they beat y'all. Yeah, man. Embarrassing. But I ain't going to linger on that too much because I got a whole video talking about Vanderbilt going up against Alabama and knocking them off. So for that, Coach Kalen DeBoer, Kane Womack, you will be getting your first award for Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. Welcome to the list. Next up, I ain't gonna linger too much on this one either, because like I said, I got a video about them too. Tennessee. Y'all go over to Arkansas, over to Fayetteville. Thought y'all were gonna just have this high-powered offense. Thought it was gonna work. The Razorbacks said, not today. No sir, won't happen today. Held y'all to 40 points below your season average in points. Actually 41, if I'm gonna do the numbers correct. So yeah, they held y'all to 41 points below your season average. Held y'all to 14 points. And then that defense, that number 1 defense, yeah, you couldn't stop them. You had to score with 19 points, but guess what? That was enough to beat y'all. So for that, y'all getting the first award of Coach Heupel and the Tennessee Volunteers. Y'all will be receiving y'all first award for Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. For the simple fact that y'all was the most high-powered offense in the country to go along with the top-rated defense. But as we can see, that was just by design because of who you were playing. When you met up against somebody with a heartbeat, they're gonna line up in front of you 4 quarters and give you that business. Gonna be on your neck. Y'all folded like an Auntie Ann pretzel. And for that, y'all will be receiving y'all first award for Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. So Josh Heupel and the Tennessee Volunteers, welcome to the list. Next up, Coach Mike Norvell. You was 1-5 on the season, with your only win coming against Cal. That's embarrassing. After you had an undefeated season last year, making it to winning the ACC, and you wonder why the people left you out of the playoffs. They seen the writing on the wall way before everybody else did. You have came into this season and had been embarrassing to the state of Florida, to Florida State fans, and the University of Florida State. 1-5. 1-5. And on top of that, to make matter worse, Florida State just locked you in to another contract extension, so they couldn't fire you if they wanted to, because the bar gonna be too high. So they stuck with you for another at least 3 years. But this is what happened when you rely on the transfer portal opposed to recruiting and developing. This is what happened. Yeah, you taking the transfer portal and you actually using it to get ahead. And you know them on the 1-year runners. Them cats out of there after 1 year, they heading on to the NFL. And now it's seen. Now all the players that you done recruited, you wasn't taking the time to develop these cats, and it's showing. 1-5 in the season. 1-5. And Clemson took it easy on you. They just did enough to cover the spread. They took it easy on you. Yeah, they took it easy on you. They did. Beat you to a tune of 29-33. They really cruised on y'all. Yeah, they was working out their own little kinks against y'all. They treated y'all like a cupcake. They took their time with y'all. They didn't even go off like they could have. And that's embarrassing. And Mike Norvell, you done made all kind of people hot seats, all kind of stuff all season long. I forgot to add you to the list last week, but I ain't forget this week. And for that, Coach Mike Norvell and the Florida State Seminoles, you will be receiving your first award from me for Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. Welcome to the list. Next up, Mr. Coach, Coach Hugh Freeze, you back again on the list. This time y'all didn't have no turnovers though, but you still couldn't get nothing going against my dogs. Y'all came in the Athens, thought it was gonna be one of them, thought y'all gonna have players like we played y'all last year. Nope. We controlled that game from start to finish. Only allowed 13 points. And one of those came off a whiff tackle. That's the only reason you got in the end zone. But it is what it is. You got in the end zone. Your Carson Beck with lights out and intermediate passes. 20 for 20 for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Great bounce back game, 15. Great bounce back game. Quiet the noise. Because a lot of people, they trying to write you off. Quiet the noise. Trevor Etienne. Lights out on the run game. Gave me 16 carries for almost 90 yards. I take that. I definitely take that. I take that all day and every day on Sunday. Defense, lights out for 4 quarters. Held Auburn to 13 points. Yeah, lights out. I don't want to hear nothing about Auburn, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, that's one of the oldest rivalries in college football. That is our rival. Deep South's oldest rival. And we handle business. So shout out to my dogs for doing what they're supposed to do. Shout out to them. Great way to bounce back after last week. Great way to bounce back. Let's keep that momentum going for the year. And for that loss, and matter of fact, that'll be the 8th time in a row we have beaten them Auburn Tigers. The 8th time in a row. So Coach Hugh Freeze and the Auburn Tigers, you will be receiving your second award from DT the Great of Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. Next up, Lincoln Riley. Yeah, it's a different ball game in the Big Ten. You thought it was going to be sweet. Yeah, this ain't the Pac-12. We knew you were going to have trouble in the Big Ten. You were having trouble in the Pac-12. What you went last year, 6-7 or something like that? It was an ugly record. So we knew you were going to have trouble in the Big Ten. Yeah, you done went to the Big Ten thing. You're going to be one of the top dogs. Nope. Minnesota said, not so fast, my friend. B.T.A 24-17. You done got your second loss in the Big Ten. You already out of contention. Won't be no playoffs. Won't be no Big Ten championship. None of that. Y'all might get a okay mid-level bowl. That's it. Defense, I thought you worked on that. Still the same. Everywhere you go, you don't carry a defense with you. You all about offense. You don't have no defense to go with you. And that's why you keep having these crazy behind losses. You lost to Minnesota, man. Minnesota. Come on, man. Minnesota, one of the low-tier teams in the Big Ten. And you lost to them. But I ain't going to go too far into that. Just know you receiving your first award for Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. It ain't so sweet in the Big Ten, it's Coach Riley. Yo. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So, congratulations on your first award of B.T.A. and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. And last but not least, Michigan. Y'all are the defending national champions in college football. Y'all went up there to Washington and got beat. They got their revenge on y'all by a score of 27-17. So here's a question that I hope somebody give me the answer to. You know, it's not even a question. Now, it definitely look like y'all was cheating with the sign stealing. Because y'all is horrible, man. Horrible. Horrible. I don't want to hear nothing about, we lost a coach. We lost all these players in the NFL. My dogs didn't lose a coach, but the year we first won the first national championship, we lost 15 players to the NFL draft. 5 of them in the first round. Come back the next year, go undefeated, win another championship. So I ain't trying to hear all that, we lost a lot. Ain't no excuse. Ain't no excuse for that. It just look like the sign stealing is true. Because since they don't put a stop to that, y'all is horrible. You're horrible. You losing game after game. Y'all lost to Washington, man. Seriously. Washington, after they just lost their head coach to Alabama, they lost a slew of people to the NFL. They should be in rebuild mode, yeah. Y'all was the number 10 team ranked in the country going into that game and lost by 10. And you know what? That's all I got to say about that, man. This is just ridiculous. Just for that, Michigan Wolverines, y'all will be receiving y'all first award for Belt the Rear End and Can't Stop a Nosebleed. And that will conclude the show for the night. And always, go Dogs.